Have you ever experienced mid-back pain while at work? Many of us are required to spend countless hours sitting at a computer or workstation during a majority of our day. While poor posture may be playing a role in your symptoms, it is more likely the amount of time that you're spending in these sedentary positions as a major contribution to your pain. Take comfort in the fact that if you are a desk worker, you are not doomed to a life of pain in your mid-back. Instead, we recommend incorporating a few simple movements throughout your workday, about every 30 to 45 minutes, to help combat the effects of prolonged sitting. Today, I'll take you through 4 of my favorite desk-friendly exercises to help target the pain in your mid-back. Ideally, you want the chair to land somewhere in your mid-back. However, what we have here is something that's a little bit higher, also works perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant my feet on the floor. I'm going to bring my hands to the back of my head. I'm going to use the back of the chair to extend backwards into thoracic and cervical extension, and then I'm going to come forward. Now I can also incorporate my breath with this position. So I'll take a deep breath in. I'll extend back, take a big breath out. Again, breathe in, extend back, hold this extended position for about 3 to 5 seconds, and you can perform this about 10 to 15 times or until you feel your back start to loosen up. Okay, now the second exercise we're going to do is going to help target stiffness in the mid-back, but this time in a rotational plane. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to scoot yourself back a little bit from your workstation. From here, you're going to brace your core slightly. You're going to hinge forward from your hips. You're going to bring your arms in front of you, and then you can either use your knee to create a little bit of stability, or if you're flexible enough, you can use the floor. You're going to look to rotate up towards the ceiling, moving through your mid-back, and rotate back down. And with this exercise, same thing, you're going to want to perform 10 to 15 times per side, and you can alternate between sides if you like. Our third exercise is a very common movement frequently done in your yoga or mobility classes. However, this time we're going to turn into a version that's going to help with your mid-back. It's something that you can do at your workstation as opposed to getting down on the floor. So from here, I'm going to move a little forward in my desk chair. I'm going to support myself with my hands on my knees. And similar to that cat-cow motion that you do on the floor for total spinal mobility, we're going to look to isolate it to the mid-back region. So from here, I'm going to round out my mid-back, tuck my chin, and look to extend my mid-back and look up toward the ceiling. So again, it's rounding out that mid-back and then extending up, getting a nice big stretch throughout the upper portion of my spine. Lastly, mid-back is a region that also plays a significant role in how we move our neck and our shoulders. The last exercise today is a mobility drill that you can perform for your neck, which may be a secondary factor contributing to the pain that you're feeling in your mid-back region. This exercise is called a cervical CAR, which stands for Controlled Articular Rotations, which just is a fancy acronym to mean moving your neck in all the motions it's intended to move in. Now for this exercise, you are going to want to stiffen the rest of your body. That way you can make sure that you're just focusing on movement of the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of tension throughout, straighten my arms, and I'm going to move through a sequence of movements that you are going to follow along in a slow stepwise pattern. So I'll first start by looking down to my chest, to my armpit, to my shoulder, over my shoulder, rotating up and around, over my shoulder, to my armpit, and back to my chest. Now with these exercises, you want to make sure that you perform them slow and controlled. That way you're not rushing through any movements and you're really feeling each position for your neck to be able to move through. And that's it. With all these exercises, you never want to force any motion. Instead, start working on a range of motion that is comfortable, and you will find that with practice and consistency, your mobility will steadily improve and your symptoms will decrease. Thanks for watching, and tune in one more time next week as we go through a few different ways we here at Bespoke can help treat your mid-back pain in person.